as Stefan said, that we never learn, and maybe the only times where we do learn temporarily is from, in financial terms anyway, is when we have a crisis.
Did y'all hear that? He said it's only when we have the car crash is when this will get a lot of attention. Alrighty, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another CYPRX video breakdown. Very interesting fundamental breakdown for you all today. We're going to be going over a couple of different things that we've been talking about on the CYPRX platforms for some time now, while paying attention to some key vocabulary words and terminology in these fundamentals. So something that we've been talking about for quite some time, which pretty much all took place back, I believe it was sometime last year in October, when I first stumbled upon this video breakdown of this BIS Innovation Summit 2022, and this key panel discussion of individuals mentioning a stablecoin crisis is most likely going to happen. And again, this is coming directly from the Bank for International Settlements, right? So we'll get into that in today's video breakdown as well, which led me to tweeting this out to you all. Do you believe, and this is just kind of a personal question, obviously, of course, answer it to yourself. Do you believe scenario number 1 or 2 will play out? Scenario number 1 being mass adoption of blockchain and real-world utility-driven assets, which we'll cover in today's video breakdown a little bit. Or scenario number 2, a potential stablecoin collapse due to fraudulent market participants. Again, keep in mind, we've been discussing a potential negative implication in this market. What's going to be the catalyst that drives the 23,700 cryptocurrency assets in this market space down a whole bunch? Okay, in my personal opinion, I have a firm belief that there's going to be some type of catalyst that causes that. Now, I'm not going to put my finger on what that is, because it could be a key, factor of multiple things. It could be one thing. It could be a trickle effect of certain things. I'm not a freaking future crystal ball teller. I'm just a trader in this market, a market participant that's trying to piece things together with actual value through fundamental and informative information. So this is me trying to do that. We're going to be paying attention to the key terminology, financial inclusion, and fractionalized ownership of real assets like gold, real estate, things of that nature in this video breakdown. If you all enjoy these video breakdowns, smash that thumbs up button and subscribe. We do appreciate the love and the support. Don't forget to head over to our Rumble page. We're going to be doing a $100 giveaway once we reach 1,000 subscribers on Rumble. The link for that will be in the description down below of this YouTube video. With that being said, let's jump in. All right, so keep this question in the back of your mind as we're going through these fundamentals, because I'm going to show you kind of a positive side of things, but also get the brain juices flowing via some fundamentals that have come out recently, and maybe even one dating from back in 2021. So this was all brought to me. I don't remember who sent this to me on Twitter. I do apologize. But the Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe this month, okay, in May, went on to release the issue of the RBZ gold-backed digital token. Okay, so that's where we're going to start in this fundamental. This came out 6 hours ago from Ledger Insights. Zimbabwe launches a gold-backed digital token. Now, this is going to lead us down the rabbit hole, give us a positive side of things and a potentially negative implication that could have a drastic effect in this market if it did play out. Again, we are just retail traders that have the ability to try and piece these fundamentals together and hopefully move accordingly, protecting ourselves and not getting involved with these illicit market participants, at least from what we can see, the information that is available to us, right? We can make a decision based off of reading these fundamentals, whether we want to hold stable coins or whether we don't, okay? So last week, the Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe confirmed the issuance of a gold-backed digital currency to provide investors with a platform to save, invest, and transact in gold. Now, keep in mind, as we're going through this fundamental, the key vocabulary words, financial inclusion and fractionalized ownership, because those two things are going to play a massive role in this digital evolution, right? Those are two use cases that blockchain and distributed ledger technology offers, right? Fractionalization, right? Ownership of, maybe you don't want to buy a whole house. You just want to buy a little tiny snippet of land, like a micro, tiny little piece of land. Okay, well, guess what? Distributed ledger technology, blockchain allows you to do so. Same thing with gold. Maybe you don't want to buy a whole gold bar. You want to buy a little tiny fractionalized piece of gold. Well, distributed ledger technology, and again, blockchain allows you to do so. So keep those things in mind. It says right here, thanks to fractionalization, people can acquire digital gold tokens for as little as US $10. The tokens will be issued this week, and again, this is from the Central Bank of Zimbabwe, and can be used for payments. That is massive, okay? Again, they're going to start with all these little tiny nations, and then it's going to broaden, and bigger nations and countries are going to adopt the same thing. It's going to be a massive... Anyways, we've gotten to that in previous video breakdowns. To go on. Zimbabwe Central Bank announced it will start using gold-backed digital currencies to expand the value-preserving instruments available in the economy, enhance the visibility of the investment instruments, and widen their access and usage by the public. So there's kind of where it starts to get into financial inclusion, right? They're trying to widen the access. They're trying to reach the unbanked population. It says right here, this is possible thanks to fractionalization, a key feature of digital currencies and digital assets that enables assets to be accessible to people previously unable to afford them. Again, solidifying financial inclusion and fractionalization. All right. So keep those things in mind as we move forward. Now, let's just jump back in time to 2021. We saw a recent fundamental that came out this year from Citigroup, where it goes on to talk about trillions of dollars potentially being tokenized in the future. Well, this is from 2021. Citigroup's CEO says, digital assets will be a part of the future financial system. Now it's 2023, 2 years later, and what are we seeing? We're starting to see progress in this space with these specific key vocabulary words. So check this out. Again, a fundamental from 2021, 2 years ago, goes on to read. Citigroup's CEO, Jane Fraser, says there is a place for cryptocurrencies in the traditional financial system. In a Yahoo Finance interview, Fraser says that digital assets provide benefits in the area of real-time payments. Well, what just happened, right? They're going to be able to use these tokens, this digital gold, for payments, right? You see that? Zimbabwe just did that, okay? And it says right here, it is clear that digital assets will be a part of the financial services and financial markets. This is again coming from Citigroup. And she goes on to say, we see benefits from the digital asset space and instant processing, fractionalization, there's that key vocabulary word, programmability, and transparency. For me as a CEO, again, the CEO of Citigroup, I'm working to connect our clients to wallets. We're enabling our businesses and corporate clients to accept consumer payments. We're building the infrastructure for real-time payments, but we're doing so cautiously. Check out how this is ended. Because the space is moving so quickly, not all the guardrails that you would like to see are yet in place. That's a little tiny hint right there, right? The way that they end that, again, she's literally admitting that regulatory clarity is not yet firmly put in place. However, again, this is back from 2021, and we have still yet to see full regulatory clarity or certainty come into this market space. So with that in mind, again, is there going to be some type of regulatory catalyst that takes place? Keep all those things in the back of your mind as we're going through these fundamentals. So now let's fast forward again to current time. This is from May 1st, 2023. Crypto will outperform gold, real estate, and stocks as central bank currency debasement accelerates. This is from Raoul Paul. He goes on to say, very interesting. It says right here, Paul says, high quality crypto, right? If you guys have watched previous video breakdowns of ours, we've been telling you guys, do research on utility-driven assets. There's so many use cases that blockchain and distributed ledger technology can facilitate. And instead of chasing this whole meme coin propaganda bullcrap in the crypto market right now, becoming exit liquidity, have a long-term perspective. So he goes on to say, high quality crypto and tech stocks are the only assets that will have the ability to outrun his predicted currency debasement, talking about the potential collapse of the US dollar and whatnot, right? He says right here, Bitcoin was literally invented for this, and due to its fractionalization, so now that's over 3 fundamentals with the same vocab word in it, I believe that we should probably be paying attention to it, right? Is available to anyone. That's why we like to pay attention to vocabulary here at CYPRX, okay? Now, let's move on. This is where we're going to get into the kind of dark side of things. This is from April 4th, 2023. This fundamental goes on to read. In correlation with the Zimbabwe central bank tokenizing or going gold-backed digital tokens, right? It says right here, tokenized gold surpasses $1 billion in market cap as physical asset nears all-time high price. Now, this is where it gets really interesting. Tokenized gold assets surpassed $1 billion in combined market cap on Tuesday, according to data. Tokenized gold is a type of stablecoin. Pay attention, stablecoin, because I'm going to take your attention back to this central bank, Bank of International Settlements Innovation Summit, where they admit that there is going to be a freaking stablecoin crisis. They literally all laugh about it. I've shown you guys this before. It's honestly scary. It gives me chills. But now that I'm starting to piece the fundamentals together, watch, you guys are going to be mind blown, especially if you've seen me play this video before. We're going to play it for you today, okay? Because if this is true, it's so crazy that they're leaving these little tiny breadcrumbs for individuals like myself, who's been right so far in the market, to warn people about this, because I'm telling you right now, nobody is covering this the way that we are here at CYPRX. So check this out. It says the two largest gold stable coins by far. Okay, and what are we seeing? We're seeing central banks, tokenized gold-backed assets, right? We're seeing Citigroup, major key market participants saying that tokenization, right, financial inclusion, fractionalized ownership is going to be a key part of this market transformation in the future, right? Okay, it says right here, issued by the New York-based fintech firm Paxos Trust Company and Tether Gold. What? So the two largest gold stablecoin holders by far are Paxos and Tether. Oh, wow. I shouldn't even have to read the fundamentals that are negative surrounding those two entities right there. So it goes on to say, issued by Tether, the same company behind the $80 billion peg stablecoin USD Tether, at the time of publication, the market cap of PAXG and XAUT, which are the gold-backed stablecoins, is 518 million and 499 million, respectively, per CoinGecko data. And again, this came out just in April. So it's pretty recent, okay, within a month. Now, check this out. At the end of this, I'm going to play where they talk about a potential stablecoin collapse. Do you not see how everything's getting tokenized right now? $1 billion market cap in gold physical assets, okay? It's crazy. So check this out. And again, remember, Paxos and Tether are the biggest gold-backed stablecoins right now. Paxos under investigation by the U.S. authorities. We saw that in February. Then after that, we saw them go on to get sued by the SEC. Okay, SEC lawsuit against Paxos over Binance USD baffles crypto community. We saw that, right? And it goes right here. This is from February 13th, 2023. New York regulator says Paxos unable to safely issue Binance a stablecoin. So we've seen issues with Paxos in the past. We also, everybody in the crypto sphere knows the uncertainty, the fear, uncertainty, and doubt surrounding USD Tether. I don't have to get into that. If you're not aware of that, then I don't know where you've been at in the crypto market for the past 2 years now, okay? This is just one example. January 10th, 2023, Crypto.com delist USD Tether stablecoin for Canadian users. I mean, there's 1,000 fundamentals that you can read surrounding the uncertainty and doubt surrounding Tether, okay? Don't get me wrong. Personally, I don't involve myself with stablecoins anyways, so it's not a big deal to me. But could it have a negative implication on this entire crypto market if, again, listening to these central bankers tell you that there's going to be a stablecoin collapse, that they believe that it is? It's just interesting how all this stuff is starting to cook up, right? So again, keep in mind, scenario number one, am I wrong? Do we not see any of this happen or take place? And do we just flat out, right, see regulatory clarity come into the space and mass adoption of blockchain and real world utility kick in, where again, we're seeing major market participants like Raoul Paul say, focus on high quality crypto, right? Little tiny gem for you right there, okay? Or do we see the opposite and we see with these individuals, which is a video I'm about to play for you, come into fruition where they're talking about a stablecoin crisis, right? You guys, I just showed you the fundamentals where we're seeing tokenized gold become a serious thing. It reached a $1 billion market cap this year, okay? And who are the biggest gold stablecoins? Paxos and Tether? Huh? What? I don't know. Smells fishy to me. That's all I'm saying. It's definitely something to be mindful of and pay attention to. Like I said, when you're asking yourself this question or what's going to wipe this market clean, don't just get so focused and oriented on one specific thing, because in my personal opinion, it's going to be a multitude of illicit market participants and fraudulent market participants that are still operating in this space, and they're just going to start to crumble one by one. Boom, 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 bang, bang, bang. But eventually, you're going to start to see the light at the end of a very, very dark tunnel, And again, in my opinion, it's going to get a lot worse before it gets better. But let's just see how this all plays out. So I'll leave you guys with this little tiny video clip right here, where again, central bank digital currencies, they're discussing digital payments and the future of money. This is from 1 year ago. And this is a panel discussion from the BIS Summit 2022. So sit back, relax, listen. Many blessings to you all. Don't forget to subscribe to the Rumble page. Once we reach 1,000 subscribers, we're going to be doing a $100 giveaway. The link for that is in the description down below of this YouTube video. As always, many blessings. Be cognizant, be aware, and I'll leave you all with this video breakdown right here.
Well, as Stefan said, that we'd ever learn, and maybe the only times where we do learn temporarily is from, in financial terms anyway, is when we have a crisis. So I guess I'm interested in any of you whether you think this will require a crisis involving stable coins, and if so, how imminent is that kind of car crash in this world, or are we still at the very early stages that we couldn't really have a car crash quite yet?
We'll have a car crash, but not quite yet. And I think it's only when we have the car crash that this will get a lot of attention.